Hey everyone, welcome back to English with Amrita. In today's video, we are going to look at some commonly used expressions or group of words that we all tend to use on an everyday basis while speaking or communicating through WhatsApp messages or other social media platforms. And I want you to check out this video till the end so that you can replace all of these commonly used phrases with some better expressions and idioms which will make you sound like a fluent native English speaker. So stay with me till the end because we are going to get them done quickly. Before that, a short request. If you're a new visitor, do not forget to check out some of my other videos. If you like my content, please be kind and shower your love by subscribing and liking my videos, and if you think that they're worth sharing, then please go ahead and share them with your friends and family. I've been working really hard and have been creating content on YouTube since almost a year now, but you can see the followers aren't many yet. But anyway, I'm still going on. So I need support from your end. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications every week when I release new videos for you. Now we are going to dive directly in the video. By the way, have you checked out my Instagram page? We have a community of around 1,52,000 students and we post on Instagram every single day. We have something that adds value to your life that we share every single day on Instagram. So here are the pages that we have on Instagram. Please check them out and don't forget to follow us. Now let's look at the first expression that we commonly use. These days, a lot of us are falling sick or are falling ill, right? And when we want to convey this thought or idea to someone, we tend to say, I'm sick, or I'm not feeling well today. Can I get a leave, please? So when you want to say that you are unwell, you can use a better expression called I'm feeling under the weather or I'm under the weather. When you're under the weather, that means you are sick. You maybe need some rest. So while typing the next email to your boss while asking for a leave, tell him that, dear sir, I am under the weather today. Could you please grant me a leave for a day? Let's look at another expression that we commonly use when we want to tell someone that now the decision is up to you. Right? There's a situation where some people are making decisions, and now to move ahead, to move further in that conversation, a person needs to make a decision. So that time you can use an expression called the ball is in your court. So when you want to say that the ball is in your court, it means that now it is your decision. You take the next decision and our decisions will follow later. So when the ball is in your court, it does not mean physically or in some sports activity, but it means that the decision is now completely yours. Have you met people who reveal secrets easily? Or they just can't digest anybody else's secrets, right? So when you're telling something to such people, you generally tend to say, please don't tell this to anyone, or please don't reveal this secret to anyone. You can instead say, please don't spill the beans. Spill the beans means to reveal a secret, to tell about a secret to somebody else, right? And when you do not want people to do it, you can say, please don't spill the beans, don't reveal the secret. Have you come across a situation where you are confused, puzzled, muddled up between two things, between choosing one of the two? You are not able to take a decision, right? There's something that you need to decide, but you aren't able to do that. Instead of saying, I'm confused and I'm not able to take a decision, you can say, I am on the fence or I'm on the fence. It means that there's something that you've not decided and you need to decide soon, right? So when you're on the fence, there is a ground on this side as well as this side, right? So that's when it means that you're not able to decide on something. I'm sure you must be having some friends and family members who always have stood beside you through all kinds of difficult situations, through all the tough times and all the glorious days. When describing such best friends forever or such family members, we tend to say that she has been with me since a long time or she has always stood by my side, right? Instead, you can say she has been with me through thick and thin. So when you say through thick and thin, it means someone has been there in your good times as well as bad times, and that friend has remained extremely loyal to you in all your times, whether good or bad. Next one is used when you want to say that something is really good. So instead of saying it's very good or it's excellent, you can say something like it's the best thing since sliced bread. Now what does this mean? When sliced breads were introduced, they became famous quickly because of the ease of using them and eating them, right? They can be easily dipped in tea or morning coffee and you can have them, right? So when something new is invented and you really love it, you can say it's the best thing since sliced bread. Let's look at the next one. You have a class on this Sunday morning and it is an early morning class. Your class teacher very well knows, or you are in fact notorious in your class for being late even on the regular days when the classes are at around 10 or 11 in the morning. And Sunday's class is at 6 o'clock and it's an important class. So your teacher needs to tell you that no matter what happens, Amrita, you are supposed to attend the class. You have to attend the class no matter what happens. So instead of saying no matter what, she can say come rain or shine, you need to attend the class. Which means whether it is raining or the sun is out and it's a dry day, it's a sunny day, I don't care. I want to see you in the class on Sunday morning at 6. So come rain or shine, this must get done. There are people who take things too seriously, and that's when we feel like telling them, hey, take it easy, take it light, right? I mean, relax a little, chill pill. Don't be so serious about everything in life. That time, instead of saying so many things, you can say, take life with a pinch of salt, which means don't take life so seriously or don't take this situation so seriously. So I think you should take it with a pinch of salt and not get so serious about it. Now let's say a friend of yours buys this beautiful dress for her birthday that she thinks is really beautiful. You are also excited to see her dress, and the moment you see her dress, you feel like the dress is not up to the mark and definitely it doesn't match the price or the rate at which she's purchased it, because you personally think that this dress is awful for the birthday. Now you cannot directly go and tell your friend that this is an awful dress and you've spent so much of money on the wrong thing or on the wrong product. That's when you will start beating around the bush. What is beating around the bush? It means that talking about something indirectly and not coming to the point because you're scared that your friend will either get mad at you or she will feel sad that the dress is not up to the mark, right? So you will talk about it indirectly by beating around the bush, by going about it in indirect ways. Have you ever been late to something and because you were late, you missed it? For example, you were almost 3 hours late for a movie and the movie is now over. You can say, I missed the boat. Or you were supposed to catch a train and it just left a couple of minutes ago. You can call up a friend and say, I just missed the boat, which means I just missed the train. Now, boat here literally doesn't mean a boat, but it can be applied to anything that you miss For example, a deadline or some vehicle or anything else that needed you to be on time but you couldn't make it on time there. While sleeping in the night, when we are bidding goodbye to our friends, we tend to say, I'm going off to bed or I'm going to go sleep because I'm really tired. Instead of saying this, you can use a shorter and a better phrase called, I'm going to hit the sack, which means I'm going to go to bed and sleep because I'm exhausted. So when you say, I'm going and hitting the sack, it means I'm just going to sleep. Have you passed an exam with the cutoff marks, just barely passed the exam? Let's say the paper was of 100 marks and you scored 40, just the correct mark or the number to pass in that exam. So instead of saying I just passed or I barely passed the examination, you can say I passed the exam by the skin of my teeth. So when you say you do something by the skin of your teeth, you barely do it, you just do it. You must have come across people who do not like to spend a lot. They are spendthrift and they also like to save on their time, their energy and their resources, especially when they are in a difficult situation. That's when you can say that that person is cutting corners. So when someone cuts corners, he tries not to spend a lot of money because he has some other priorities where money needs to be spent. So he's trying to cut his spending from the other areas, trying to manage his resources in an optimal way. So that's when you say that he or she is cutting corners. When something sells a lot on day 1 and day 2, you see that the sales were in whooping numbers. Instead of saying that it sold out quickly or the sales numbers were really high on the first few days, you can say that it sold like hot cakes. When something sells like hot cakes, it sells in a good amount of quantity or in a good number. So instead of saying the sales were really good, you can say it sold like hot cakes. For example, the tickets to the new show released in the cinema theaters sold like hot cakes. The last one for you is when you want to give something a try. We tend to say, give it a try, or I want to give this thing a try. Instead of saying giving it a try, you can say, I want to give it a whirl. That's a better way of saying it. For example, you want to try bungee jumping or skydiving at least once in your life. And when you're talking about it to your friends, you can say, I want to give bungee jumping a whirl at least once. I've never done it before and I am shitty scared, but I want to give it a whirl, which means I want to give it a try. I hope you liked all of these advanced expressions and phrases that you learned today. Let me know in the comments below which is the one that you liked the most and which are the ones that you've been already using or have heard of before but haven't incorporated it in your speech till today. So I want to request you to start using them. Right from now. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends and family. Until I see you next. Bye.